What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, as of late, we've been covering a lot of stories where, people wind up missing and then their bodies are found, just in horrible conditions, and like usually the suspects are caught and look stupid as can be and usually get a break by the justice system. Today I want to talk about a story that occurred in August 2022 that a lot of you guys might not have heard of, and this right here is something to see. You see this woman up here? This woman you see up here, God rest her soul, is 22-year-old Maya Fuller from, let me say this right, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Right? Shout out Murfreesboro. And hear me out. It says this woman was last seen at a nightclub called Island Vibes in Antioch, on Antioch Pike. I guess it's somewhere in Tennessee. July 30th, 2022. In August 2022, Fuller's body was found behind property under development off of Trammell Lane. What they did to this woman, and when I say they, I'm talking about these three people right here. They are as follows. Tayana Tipton, age 21. Tyshawn Bowles, he's the boy, age 20. Lamira Pipkins, age 20. These three animals right here did this girl hella dirty. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because this happened in 2022. Two of these three just been sentenced to prison. Now, their original charges, I want you to hear me. Their original charges were first-degree kidnapping and first-degree murder of said Maya Fuller. Now, you remember those charges. Now, you watch what happens in this story, and just listen. They did her dirty. Look.
New tonight at 6 o'clock, we're hearing from people who knew Maya Fuller. Today we learned these three people who you see were arrested for her murder. And Fuller was working at an event at Geodis Park and was last seen near a restaurant off Antioch Pike. Her body was found days later off a rural road in Wilson County. Our Marissa Sulik was there as investigators explained how they came to this conclusion.
1, 2, 3.
We love you, Maya.
It's been almost a year since friends gathered to release green balloons in honor of Maya Fuller. Her favorite color was present today as Maya's parents stood hand in hand listening to police announce the three people charged in their daughter's death.
These individuals had become acquainted over the course of the previous 24 hours.
They say Tayana Tipton, Tyshawn Bowles, and Lamira Pipkins were arrested in connection to Fuller's murder, but hardly knew her.
Just to know that now that those suspects are now in custody, obviously it doesn't bring her back, but it definitely makes us feel so much better.
Spencer Richardson is someone who knew Fuller for years as her basketball trainer.
She was just a sweet, kind person, and I just don't understand how somebody would want to do something like that to not only her but anybody.
And it's that personality friends and family haven't had in almost a year. Her body was found last August in a wooded area here off Trammell Lane. 6 months after that, deputies reached a turning point in the investigation. That's when they issued search warrants, which brought today's sense of closure.
Getting to know the Fuller family, getting to be a small part of bringing justice to their family, bringing justice to Maya in this senseless act it's overwhelming is the best way that I can put it.
Now, because this still is an open investigation, there's a lot deputies still can't tell us, like how Fuller was killed and how her body got from this part of Antioch Pike to Wilson County. In Antioch, Marissa Sulik, WSMV4.
How do you plead, Mr. Bowles? Guilty.
This morning, Tyshawn Bowles waived his right to a trial, pleading guilty to a lesser charge of facilitation of especially aggravated kidnapping for his role in the death of Maya Fuller.
What happened to her? It was despicable. It's still despicable.
He was originally indicted on kidnapping and first-degree murder charges. During today's plea hearing, the prosecutor detailed what happened on the night of July 30th, 2022. She says Bowles admitted to inviting Maya to a party on Antioch Pike after his sister met Maya for the first time the night before. According to the prosecutor, there is video evidence of the two having a conversation in a parking lot, but it's not clear what was said. The next night, Bowles watched as his sister, Tiana, and Lamira Pipkins then beat Maya until she was knocked out.
I can't believe you let that happen to my child. I can't believe you just did nothing.
The prosecutor says Tiana put Maya into a trunk, drove her to Wilson County, shot her 7 times, and left her body in the woods. Back in March, Tipton pleaded guilty to all charges related to her death.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Today, Tipton's brother pleaded guilty for his role in Maya's death. His trial was set for this week, but took a plea deal instead.
My family do not agree with the deal, with the plea that has been made today.
District Attorney Jason Lawson spoke with News 2 after the hearing. He said proving Bowles had intent or knowledge that Maya would be kidnapped and harmed would have been difficult to prove.
I do believe that today's decision was the correct decision. Each person in this case had a different role to play and a different level of responsibility for what happened in this case.
But Maya's mother emotional in the courtroom, saying her family feels betrayed.
So I stand here again. My daughter, Maya Christine Fuller, did not deserve this despicable, heinous, mean, cruel act that came to her.
In Wilson County, Kendall Ashman, News 2.
There are 2 more defendants in this case. One suspect was involved in the beating at the club. The other accused of destroying Maya's phone that night. News 2 did reach out to Bowles' defense attorney, but have not heard back.
All right, guys. Now, I'm not really familiar with the story, but it's gruesome all the same. Said the dude invited Maya to a party. The guy, Tayshawn. Right? The sister only met her for one day before. And then the next day, her and this red-haired girl, Lamira Pipkins, beat this woman to death after she was lured. When you think about that, how much hate is that? What did she do that deserved something like that? Said they beat her until she was unconscious and then put her in a trunk, drove her some distance, and then shot multiple times into her body and then drove off like she was nothing. She's 22. They range from 20 to 21. I want you to look at their faces. A lot of times a person's outside reflects what's inside. They all look like shit. Did you see the guy in court at his sentencing? Hair looking fucked up. No sense of self. When you have no sense of self, you cannot what? Self-reflect on past actions and future endeavors, be it positive or negative. These motherfuckers are children. They are. They're little fucking children, even though they're at the age where they could be respected as adults. What is it about her? And we'll never know because they took deals. Again, what is it about her that warranted that type of killing? That type of treatment? Especially from somebody you just met. Now they said they brother and sister was talking the night before out in the parking lot. They don't know what they was talking about. But either way, damn, this is some hateful shit. And this is one of the things I talk about. You know, a lot of people like talking about, you know, the black community and stuff. It's a lot of hate in the black community. And it's like for no fucking reason. Shit is sad, man. It is. And it's hurtful. See that mother sitting up there and talk about how bad it is, knowing she can't get her hands on either of them chicks or that boy, and then sit up there and plead with people to give justice and not fuck over the victim or the victim's family. And these people are pleading with you to do the right thing. But because of all these different stipulations in the justice system, it never comes to fruition. They were charged with first-degree murder and first-degree kidnapping. They got all the information out of how devious these devils was, and they won't put them the fuck down. This guy had first-degree kidnapping and first-degree murder. He talked his way out of that and made his own deal. See, that's the thing. They go to prison on their own terms, not on the terms given to them by the justice system. They just wanted to get this done and over with because it's a stat on somebody's resume. How you go from first-degree murder and first-degree kidnapping to facilitation of a kidnapping, and we take the murder thing off when they have you dead to rights. Then you say, oh, well, we have a hard time proving that he had something to do with it. Now everybody's crimes are so covert and puzzle-like that you can't figure out the dumb shit that ignorant motherfuckers do. This is the problem I have. These people, I'm more than sure they're not sleeping any better, even though their daughter's not coming back, and they accept that fact. But they accept the fact that the motherfuckers that did it got a slap on the wrist. That's on a whole nother level of ignorance and grief. My heart goes out to these people and people that have to deal with this, where they have somebody that's victimized, somebody that's not walking back in the door tomorrow, a hole in their heart that'll never be filled, a void. Though they are whole as themselves, part of them is missing. It's just crazy stuff. And then these criminals get a slap on the wrist, come out and brag about how they was locked up and all this other type of shit, and come back out here and don't learn shit. When you go to jail and you come back out, a lot of times you pick up where you left off because you wasn't out here in civilized society. So at 20 years old and 21 years old, respectively, these people, when they get back out, their mindset will still be that of where they are when they was out here in the free world before they was taken away. What did they learn? Nothing. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's a pretty girl. And I'm more than sure if these girls took care of themselves and was doing whatever they were supposed to do, like building a life for themselves, they could have been pretty people too. But they sitting up here, them and this dude, monsters, all three. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.